Let's try this balloon.
A child's world can be filled with storybooks, stuffed animals, real animals, computers, and more. This can be very different from the world of robotics, where machines are not huggable and rarely used to tell stories. In recent years, researchers have begun to bring together the worlds of robotics and children by creating everything from computationally enriched Lego bricks to robotic storytellers. At the University of Maryland, our robotic building blocks have been soft and huggable. They bring together the worlds of robotics, storytelling, and animals. A child can use them to build what we have come to call pets, a personal electronic teller of stories. Elementary school children can build their own robotic pet by simply snapping together special modular animal parts. They can mix dog paws or duck feet if they wish. After a robotic pet is built, children can tell stories with the MyPet software, giving their robot emotions and behaviors to act out.
Okay.
The name, the concept, and the development of our pets' prototypes came about because of children. We developed new technologies for children, with children, in an intergenerational design team.
You might make a mistake.
This team has been together for almost a year and consists of 6 children ages 7 to 11 years old and 6 adult professionals with experience in computer science, education, art, and robotics. Together we use the methodology of cooperative inquiry to understand what children want in new technologies today and in the future. We began our work in cooperative inquiry by examining and exploring a robotics lab. Children and adults tried out robots, asked questions of researchers, and took notes about the experience.
The sound wave will bounce off whatever's over here and come back, and it can tell, the computer can process and tell how far, how long.
When we returned to our HCI lab, each child and adult researcher wrote down on Post-it notes what they liked and didn't like about the robots they saw. After our field research and analysis, we began to create numerous low-tech prototypes using participatory design techniques. We built animal robots that didn't move. They were made out of Lego bricks with fur, feathers, clay, socks, and more. They represented our first ideas. At the beginning of August 1998, the team met for 2 weeks, 8 hours a day. During that time, we split into 3 groups. Each group consisted of 2 adults and 2 children and focused on one important part of the prototype design. The skeleton group was responsible for creating the robotic skeleton of Lego bricks, gears, motors, and servos. This group developed the modular parts that could be put together to create an animal.
Watch that come up when you do the next one. It's nice and smooth. Keeping in my easily removable so that you can work on the skeletons.
What the skeleton group made, the skins and sensors group covered in fur, feathers, felt, and fabric. The skins they created were either sewn, glued, tied, or attached using Velcro to the Lego bricks.
That's not good. That's not supposed to be clear.
The third group focused on designing the software that children could use to tell stories. This group began by looking at what software had already been made and decided what they liked and didn't like about it. This group then brainstormed and discussed what feelings they wanted to give the robot. From this list of feelings, a chart was made that showed all the actions the robot would need to perform to show each feeling. These actions were then tested by having one child play the part of the robot. If the audience could not guess the feeling from the actions, revisions were made. Finally, the group sketched on paper different possibilities for the screen.
This is the story. You would write your story.
Okay.
You use the emotion. You highlight it and click Tell Robot.
At the end of this 2-week intensive work session, a working prototype was developed and presented to a group of 40 local day camp children. It's been almost a year since we began our research team. During that time, we've learned a few things, not just about technology, but about the process of how we make it. As our work together has progressed, 3 guiding principles have emerged as critical to our design process. They are simple but difficult to make happen. New power structures between adults and children must be developed. Children in our team have had to learn to challenge adults' ideas, questioning what is done and making suggestions. At the same time, we have had to support adults in learning to hear what children have to say as partners. And that does not mean having an adult only sit and take notes quietly about everything a child says or does. Instead, we believe in facilitating discussions where children and adults each feel comfortable contributing ideas. Finding ways to give each design partner a voice in the process is no small challenge. Sharing ideas needs to happen in numerous ways, since people, young and old, feel comfortable communicating in various forms. We have found that there are times when drawing or writing or even building can and should be used to capture ideas. These artifacts become a catalyst or bridge for discussion in large or small groups. Not only should communication opportunities be diverse, but the design environment needs to feel comfortable. A common ground cannot truly be found without physical surroundings that accommodate all design partners. Design experiences take place in informal settings, sitting on the floor or in a beanbag chair. This all takes a commitment of time and a willingness to change by all design partners. There have been times of frustration, differences among team members, questioning of goals. It may be those times that have taught us the most. There is still much more to do, many more prototypes to make, a lot more questions to answer. Therefore, our intergenerational design team continues today, designing new pets for the future.
Oh, I know. Click on the house. Yeah, we did not do the house.